What is going on, guys? Monty Webby here, back again on Wednesday. An okay night last night. Some guys that kind of disappointed me were Tyler Dorsey and Emmanuel Mudiay. First off, Tyler Dorsey couldn't get any threes to drop, and he was in the starting lineup. Only finished with like 16 minutes in that game because the backup guys were doing a lot better in their opportunity. That's why I like Tyler Dorsey in that matchup. But other guys were just doing a lot better. He just couldn't get the shots to drop, so that was disappointing. And also Emmanuel Mudiay started off on fire, had like 8 points in the first 5 minutes. But then just got a little bit less aggressive for whatever reason. Wasn't attacking the hoop, and it was just kind of missing some of his shots. So he wasn't able to get many DraftKings points, not many assists as we were looking for, and a good matchup, and didn't get as many minutes late because they got down pretty big. And Trey Burke, who hadn't played like the last few games, came in and was on fire. So tough night with those two guys. Also, we had Kyle Korver in that lineup that I made the video with yesterday, and then it said that Rodney Hood. It was looking like he was gonna play because he was upgraded to the questionable. Went through shoot around, so I was like, all right, Kyle Korver probably won't get as many minutes, but then of course Kyle Korver gets inserted into the starting lineup, and Rodney Hood was out. So Kyle Korver had a great night last night. Sucked because I liked him a lot going into that game with Rodney Hood probably out. But of course, the DraftKings gods didn't want me to go on him. Some other guys that did good though. Anthony Davis had a great night, but it was kind of not as important because LeBron and Russell Westbrook both did solid, so that kind of sucked. I was hoping Anthony Davis would have been able to give us a little bit of a leg up there. T.J. Warren, another guy that had a solid night, was on his way to a bigger night, but the Suns were down like 20 points, so they pulled him out with 4 minutes to go in that game. Could have had like a 40-point DraftKings total game because he was scoring pretty well, but then they just got down so big because they couldn't stop LeBron and the Cavs offense. But so all in all, it was an okay night. Could have been a much bigger night if those cheaper guys like Tyler Dorsey, Emmanuel Mudiay did a little bit better there, and I was considering going Jonas Valanciunas too over TJ Warren, but I ended up going TJ Warren. I mentioned when I went with Kyle Lowry, I was like, yeah, the center spots, they can do very well as well, and I was like, should I go Jonas Valanciunas or TJ Warren? Valanciunas is just so up and down. I felt a little bit safer going with TJ Warren, but of course, Valanciunas ended up going off in that game. The Nets, for whatever, I think Jared Allen was out, but they started Dante Cunningham at center. Figured the Raptors would go a little bit smaller with Valanciunas at the center, but Valanciunas has said, you know what, I'm just going to eat this guy alive. But we're back again here Wednesday, another 4-game slate. It seems like every day is like a 4-game slate nowadays. A pretty solid one though. So one definitely good game to target with the Lakers and Golden State. There can be a lot of value there. We already know that Draymond Green and Steph are out, so that'll obviously give a boost to KD. And also Clay is questionable, so that'll be interesting to see. I'm definitely trying to track that news and see who might be starting at the power forward position. I'll get into that a little bit later, but I got my money 6. Favorite 5 guys and my lottery guy, a cheap guy that you can throw into your lineup here. I was researching a lot last night to get this video out a little bit earlier here today. I started my research a little bit earlier than normal, so it should be a good one here tonight. The Celtics are absolutely depleted now, but let's just get into it. Drop a like in the video. 100 plus likes. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate all the support. And definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new here. But let's just get into it. Kevin Durant, 11,400. He's going to be pretty chalky here tonight. Over 60 DraftKings points the last 3 games. Without Steph, his usage rate has been absolutely insane. And without Draymond Green, he can get some more assists because Draymond is that kind of facilitator, especially with Steph out of the lineup. So I honestly could see him flirting with a triple-double in this game against the Lakers. And the Lakers are already down Josh Hart as like their starting like small forward or kind of role. And then Kyle Kuzma might be out for tonight. He kind of rolled his ankle, and I was watching that game. He was limping kind of around the court, so I'm not sure if he's going to be playing. I'm assuming that he won't be, or definitely less than 100% if he does play. So Kevin Durant's going to have a very good matchup against the Lakers here, which should be a high-scoring high-paced game. So I think he's a lock for 60-plus DraftKings points. Honestly, I could see 70-plus in this game. So lock him in there. Pretty chalky, though, but I think you kind of have to go him tonight. For a second guy, Lonzo Ball, I won him yesterday. He wasn't able to hit any shots, really. 1 for 7 from 3. Only 3 threes hit in the last 3 games, so definitely not a good sign here. But for whatever reason, he shoots a lot better on the road. If you look at the splits here, 41% and 38% from 3. Not sure if that LA crowd kind of makes him a little bit nervous when he's shooting. But against Golden State, he definitely plays up to the competition. For whatever reason, he shoots very well from 3 against Golden State, 57% from the field, 38 DraftKings points per game. And another thing that I like is that Steph is out. Quinn Cook, his replacement in the starting lineup, is not a good defender. If you look at his numbers, his defensive rating is pretty bad, and the point guards have been doing pretty well against Golden State recently. So Lonzo Ball, with Kyle Kuzma banged up and all those other guys, with Josh Hart out, I think he'll be a little more aggressive on the offensive end. Like he's still having some solid nights recently, despite the bad shooting. He's been able to fill it up with the blocks, the steals, rebounds, and assists, so he can definitely have a huge night if he can just get a couple shots to drop in this good matchup against Quinn Cook. So I'm going to go back with him. Trust that he gets the jump shot to fall a little bit more here. It feels more comfortable on the road. Lock him in there. And for my third guy, Jason Tatum here, at 5,700 going against the Wizards. Everyone wants to see him break out in this matchup, especially without Jaylen Brown in the lineup. No Kyrie Irving, no Marcus Smart, and Al Horford is questionable as well. So Jason Tatum, one of the remaining starting lineup guys, he's going to have to step up here. And against the Wizards, they've been kind of weak against small forwards this year. They're expecting Shane Larkin to be the starting point guard in this game. Then they have Terry Rozier at the shooting guard, but Shane Larkin is limited to around, they're saying, like 15 to 20 minutes. So Jason Tatum, though, he's going to have to be more aggressive. I think he might have to shoot like 15 times in this game. And against the Wizards, he's been shooting pretty well, 10 out of 18 in 2 games, but hasn't needed to be as aggressive and hasn't really filled it up with the rebounds and stuff like that. But if Al Horford is out, he can definitely get some more rebounds, so that will definitely help as well. But Jaylen Brown gets some solid rebounds. Smart gets some solid rebounds. So just some extra opportunity for him to get some rebounds. And he'll probably be playing like 35 plus minutes, honestly, in this game with all those guys out. So Jason Tatum, 5,700. The usage should definitely go up and some more possible stats with the rebounds. So lock him in there. And he can definitely get some blocks and steals as well in that game. But for my fourth guy, Julius Randle at 8,100. This might depend on Kyle Kuzma's status. I might update Julius Randle, but Kyle Kuzma did not look that healthy after he rolled his ankle. He was limping around, like I said. So I think Julius Randle is going to be more active in the offensive end. And without Draymond Green, one of the best defenders in the league, Julius Randle can definitely do some damage down low against this team. I'm expecting Jordan Bell to enter the starting lineup. He's been okay defensively, nothing nearly as good as Draymond Green, though. So Julius Randle could definitely take advantage of that matchup and just be a lot more aggressive in this game without Kyle Kuzma. He's had some huge games over the last 2 games, 44 and 69 DraftKings points. Both of those high-tempo, high-scoring games, and this is going to be another one of those here tonight. So good solid minutes. He should see around like 38 or something like that, like the last 2 games, honestly, with Kyle Kuzma is out especially, and with that small ball against Golden State. Brook Lopez probably won't get as many minutes, and Julius Randle has been doing pretty well against his Golden State team, even with Draymond Green in the lineup. Less minutes, only 28 minutes per game. That was before he kind of entered the starting 5, but 35 DraftKings points and 52% from the field, so definitely solid games out of him. I think he can have another big game here, so lock him in here. But for my 5th and final guy, I want to have, this is going to be my 5th and final guy, but Bam Bam. He kind of disappointed me last game. 1 for 10 from the field, but he still got 22 DraftKings points, so still had a solid night. But this is a much easier matchup against Sacramento. Centers have absolutely destroyed this matchup, and I think Bam will be able to bounce back here in this game. They'll probably go to him a little bit more. Well, they did go to him a decent amount last game, but against, like I said, against the centers, you definitely can attack them. So Bam Adebayo here. I think he'll bounce back nicely. Doesn't want to ruin this opportunity without with Hassan Whiteside out. And this should be kind of like one of those slower paced games that can favor the big men down low with some more possible rebounds and stuff like that. Both these teams don't score that much, so Bam could definitely post a double-double, I think, in this game. 4,300, still a great value there. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in and put Julius Randle back in here. Put him in at the forward spot so we can get Bam in at the center. Those are the top 5. You got Lonzo Ball, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, and Julius Randle. It leaves you with 4,300 man per player, but there's a lot of value here, especially if like Klay Thompson is out. And it depends on who's going to be starting at power forward. But like I said, I think Jordan Bell is going to be starting here, but I'm a little bit concerned how many minutes he'll get because he hasn't played the last like 3 games with that ankle injury. But when he's been given the opportunity to go in the starting lineup for Draymond Green, he's had some big games. So at 3,800, that's a severe discount if he's going to be back to 100%. With around like 20 to 30 minutes in this game. He's a very similar player to Draymond Green. Just like what he does on the court. He can rebound, he can pass a little bit. Similar skill set, besides like the 3-point shooting probably. So Jordan Bell though, 3,800. If he's in the starting lineup, he's definitely a good value. But some other guys that could enter the lineup is this Omri Caspi could enter in the power forward, I guess. So definitely keep an eye on that Warriors starting lineup. I'm not sure if we're going to get word before a lock. Warriors are kind of hush on who they're starting every night. So that's going to suck a little bit. I have to do a little bit of digging that hopefully will lead me to Jordan Bell or maybe even Caspi. He's a lot cheaper at 3,200. Maybe Kayvon Looney. But when Jordan Bell came back last time, he kind of got in the rotation over Looney. So I would assume that they would go with Jordan Bell at that starting power forward. And also if Klay Thompson is out, Swaggy P, Nick Young could be a nice value play here at 3,200 against his old team. Will definitely be chucking up some shots there. So keep an eye on if Klay Thompson is playing or not. Also keep an eye on if Kyle Kuzma is playing. I think Julius Randle is pretty much a lock if Kuzma is out or less than 100% in that game. He definitely will probably be less than 100%. There's no way his ankle can just be like fine after what I saw last night. But Julius Randle, like I said, definitely probably a great play here tonight, even if Kyle Kuzma is in or not. But keep an eye on the power forward for the Warriors. So that is it, guys. You got Lonzo Ball, KD, Tatum, Bam, Julius Randle, and Jordan Bell. 4,500 man per player, still doable. Another value guy could be Andre Iguodala at 4,200. Also Brandon Jennings at 44. Milwaukee honestly could get up pretty big there, and Jennings could get 20 plus minutes, and you know that he loves to fill it up on the stat sheet. Almost a triple-double last game in like 20 minutes. So thank you so much. Drop a like in the video if you enjoyed it, got anything out of value. You can go check out my PGA DraftKings picks for the week. If you play some golf, DFS, it should be a fun week there. So definitely go check that out and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn notifications on to get alerted every time I upload these videos. You can comment any questions on the video that you might have. And definitely follow me on Twitter at MoneyWebby for any updates on these plays, my full lineups every single night, and all of that stuff, because it is 9 a.m. right now, so we don't have the final word on a lot of these guys that might be playing or not or whatever have you. So good luck tonight, guys. 4 game slate here tonight. Hope it's a good one for you. We'll make some money, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.